But you need to understand that even though I'm in the 95%, what are you doing, what are you building in your life that will push you to the 4%? And the 4% is a challenge zone, and then take you all the way to the 1%. And I live such an amazing life right now that if I decide tomorrow that me and Susan are going to go to England or go to China, I'm not sure I want to go there, but I do want to go Disneyland Shanghai. I'm going there at some point. But I would book it and we would leave next week. That's the kind of life I get to live. Because in the 1%, there's one piece I want you to understand and I want you to read there. And it's, let's see, number 3 down the list. Time.
Hi, this is Mike Crow, and I run a home inspection business. In fact, I've run a couple of home inspection businesses. The true joy for me, though, has been helping literally thousands of home inspectors build really solid home inspection businesses as well. We can help a single-man operation be able to do over $300,000 a year, maybe all the way up to $400,000 a year as a single inspector operation. Even better for me is the 80-plus companies that we have helped be able to build million-dollar home inspection businesses. I would like to help you be able to do the same thing.
Welcome back to the podcast. In this episode, we're diving into a real and honest conversation about what it takes to break out of comfort, push through excuses, and make it through what Mike calls the challenge zone. You'll hear stories about slipping into the 95%, why building systems gives you back your time, and what it really means to step into the 1%. Not just in business, but in life. Stick around, take notes, and when it's over, ask yourself, what's one step you can take today to move closer to being in the 1%?
So you have a graph there, big green sheet. I love this big green sheet. I'm not going to go through it, but I wanted you to have it. This literally hangs in my office. The 95% is full of excuses. Stephen, what's one excuse on the 95%? TV, yeah, and computer games, right? Now, can I be very honest with you guys for a second? So let's say that, let's see. I'm trying to look at the graph here for you. All right, the 95% for you is over here, right? Oh, and if you turn it over, then it'd be over here, all right? So here's the thing is, I slide into the 95% every single day. I slide into the 95%. It's so comfortable over here. Nobody expects anything from me. I can sit on my chair, I can watch the show, and then watch the next show, and then watch the next show. Just ask Susan. I go home some days, and that's all. Just leave me alone. I just want to watch TV. I slide back to the 95%. And then Susan comes home, and she goes, you cannot sit here all day and watch Hogan's Heroes. And absolutely, dear, absolutely. I'm also watching Gomer Pyle and Petticoat Junction and Beverly Hillbillies and you know, and well, then you get that look, right? And you go, oh, okay. That's why I tell you the reason I'm here is because of her. Because I had slipped into the 95%, and it was so comfortable. It was warm and cuddly, and I had a drink, you know, and everything was just handy dandy. And then I realized, by the way, I was only 40. I was only 40, okay? I was retiring for the second time. And then what I realized was, that's not who I want to be. And that's why I tell people, and in the front of my book, I tell people, Susan told me I was Superman, and then she made me believe it. God, it's so nice to have somebody stand side by side with you and help you understand who you really can be, okay? It's just so amazing. That's why I try to warn people that, you know, if you hurt her, I will. It's like bringing a knife to a gunfight, okay? You will not walk away. I gave her a hug this morning and said, thank you for being here. I wouldn't be here without her. I wouldn't be successful without her. But you need to understand that even though I'm in the 95%, what are you doing, what are you building in your life that will push you to the 4%, and the 4% is a challenge zone, and then take you all the way to the 1%. And I live such an amazing life right now that if I decide tomorrow that me and Susan are going to go to England or go to China, I'm not sure I want to go there, but I do want to go to Disneyland Shanghai. I'm going there at some point. But I would book it and we would leave next week. That's the kind of life I get to live. Because in the 1%, there's one piece I want you to understand, and I want you to read there. And it's, let's see, it's this one right here, number 3 down the list. Time. Here's what I want you to understand. People tell you that you have the same amount of time that I do. That's like telling my dad he has the same amount of time that I do. Do you think he has the same amount of time that I do? No. I have all the time I want because I have built my world to be able to use the time to do whatever I want. Now, I will tell you that when me and my dad go to Saltgrass Steakhouse, okay, he used to order the big porterhouse, then we got down to the ribeyes, then we got to the filet, and now he's eating chicken tortilla soup and enjoying the hell out of it, okay? And part of it is as you get older, you just get fuller faster, okay? We just realize how blessed we are to be able to go every day there. They know us so well that by the time we pull in and we walk in the back door, not the front door, we walk in the back door, he walks over to his table, he sits down, they bring him a double Shiner Bock. That's a beer for those of you that don't know the best beer in the world, okay? And if you're in Texas, and if you drink beer, Shiner Bock. I'm just telling you. Jonathan introduced me to it, okay? He introduced my dad to it too, I think. Anyway, and they bring it to him, and then we order our food and we eat. Why? Because we own our time, right? We own it. That's where I want you to be. Now, it's the systems, the people, and the resources that get me there. And I want to make sure that you understand that. The challenge zone, that's fun. It's a challenge. I hope you enjoy it because you will be challenged. And by the way, there are days that you will look in the mirror and go, this just ain't worth it. I just want you to know that's going to happen. That's why you show up at mastermind meetings every 3 months or every 4 months, or come here and go, you know what? It is worth it. Is it easy? No. No. Everything we're teaching you is not easy. Some of it is. And some of it we're going to make easier for you. Man, I cannot wait to tell you some of the stuff that we're introducing this year. But it's worth it. It's worth it. All right? So the 1% is even more fun. And this is where your time really becomes yours again. And I want to make sure that you get to see that. In the challenge zone, you know, we handle our struggles today, and how we handle those struggles will determine whether see, the 4% zone is the zone that decides where you decide whether you want to be in the 95% or the 1%. You get to make that choice. I want to be in the 1%, all right? Now, that doesn't mean that I slide all the way back to the 95% every single day. By 9 o'clock at night, at my point in life, I'm going, just leave me alone. I just want to sit here, watch a show, and hopefully laugh, all right? By the way, we're watching Psych right now. It's got 8 seasons. God, I love being able to go out and just watch something fun. Me and Susan watch it together. We laugh, and then I go to bed, okay? And I wake up the next morning going, okay, let's try this again, all right? So you'd get to decide, what do you do? What do you want to do more of? I don't know what yours is. Are you willing to work for it for at least a couple of years? And the longer you're willing to work for it, the better your 1% will be. If you want to work for it for 2 years, great. Your 1% could still be pretty awesome. If you're willing to work for it 10 years, your 1% can be incredibly awesome. Macy, if you're willing to do it 30 years, 20 years, they can't even touch you because you'll have so many things, systems and stackables in place that they won't even understand you. Oh, and by the way, they'll say, man, you are so lucky. That used to upset my dad more than anything, all right? And then enjoy. whether it's hunting or golf or family or travel, okay? And I put up there pictures are needed. I don't have time. I wish I could show you all the travel pictures. One of the things I love about my phone is it brings up all the pictures of where, of what I've done last year, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. By the way, this time last year, not last year, 2 years ago, me and Susan were in Argentina, okay, and the Galapagos and the Antarctica, and it was a blast. But so I love those reminders of why we do what we do. And then, of course, mine right now is helping other people. The question is, are you willing to stay focused? Because the world will unfocus you real quick. Do you know they try to tell you that you have a 90-second attention span nowadays? They want you to believe you have a 90-second attention span. If they tell you that long enough, you will believe them. You will believe you only have a 90-second attention span. They'll even say goldfish only, like a 9-second attention span. They'll compare you to a damn goldfish. Don't let them do that to you. Okay? All right. And are you willing to help others succeed? It is the last step in moving forward. When you're willing to help others succeed, your life changes over the top. Macy, by the way, one of the youngest people in the room, will actually be speaking to you, I think, tonight. Okay? She already understands this partially because she has such an amazing father and mother, okay, that have helped her succeed and started bringing her to these meetings years ago. All right? So we also gave you this handout. It's blank. I want you to take a look at it. And it has some pretty cool stuff on it. I want you to fill in what your mission, your goals are. What are your personal goals? What are your business goals for 1 year, 1 to 3 years, and up to 5 to 10 years, okay? And then what is your revenue plan? Now, I'm not going to go through all that right now, but I wanted you to have it because this is one of those things that I fill out for myself, and Krista and Jonathan and my family fill out for themselves on a regular basis. So, Bill, when you and Gloria have that family meeting, hey, look, I got somebody's name right. When Bill and Gloria, you have a family meeting, pass this sheet out. Share yours with them. Share your dreams and hopes of where they will be in 5 years with them. It's life-changing, okay? And you need to know they're in the world all by themselves to some degree, and they're getting beat up every single day. And they need to know that there is somebody in their corner all the time, okay? And then you've got to make sure you know your numbers. You've got to make sure you know your numbers. And we'll go into that probably more. And by the way, this is the new scoreboard that Krista has made for our company that kind of shows us where we're at, what we're doing. We have our regular goals. We have our BHAG goals. These were actually last year's. I pulled them up and just to try to give us an idea of where we're at. And last year, best year ever. Again. And you know what? I get sick and tired of people telling you, oh, less homes are being sold. Oh, really? Gee, that's a shame. Can I tell you a secret? We did less inspections last year than we did the year before. But we made more money. Would that be okay with you? I hope so. Because that's kind of where we're headed. Oh, there it is. Home sales are down. Oh, no. Sales of previous owned homes in the U.S. fall to the lowest level in nearly 3 decades. Roughly 4.1 million such homes were sold last year, the lowest since 1995. They're feeding the 95%. By the way, you need to know almost all movies, all TV shows, all radio shows are there to keep the 95% comfortable in their little old cubby hole over here. When you get around me, we're going to probably make you a little uncomfortable, okay? So how much will you let this affect you? Because you're going to get garbage like this thrown at you all day long, every day.